Welcome, beautiful souls. Okay, so I'm doing these activations because these are the ones that did not come out in the zodiac readings. So yeah, I just thought people might want to actually, do the ones that didn't pop out. So yeah, if you're here, that's you. Anyway, okay, so what else do I want to tell you? Yes, we'll be doing the activation at the end, so please stay till the end to get that done, even if the messages throughout don't resonate with you, okay? You are here for a reason, and it is for this activation. So let's just get started. We're using Work Your Light Oracle. That's where the activation cards have come from, that deck, and Sacred Spirit reading cards, and the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, righty ho. So first card up, Celestial Gatekeeper. Timing is critical. Whew. I like this. I like this. You know, that eagle, like you just look at this eagle, man, and you know that it's got the power, it has the knowing. Yeah, and I feel like this is something within you that needs to be drawn on, that needs to be tapped into, okay? That eagle knows when the best time to take flight is and when the best time to stay still is, okay? And this is something that is within you. Try not to let your mind and impatience get in the way of that knowingness, okay? So let's have a look. 2 cards per Celestial Gatekeeper, please. Timing is cool, blimey. They're all popping out. Just a minute. We're going to start that again because there was 4 cards and we want 2. 2 cards for Celestial Gatekeeper, please. I can't even say it right. Timing is critical. Okay, here we go. 2 cards have flipped up. Okay, so 2 of Pentacles. Look at this, getting this balance right. You know, this reminds me of juggling, right? You have to, your timing here has to be impeccable to get this juggling right so that you can balance everything and catch what you need at the right time, throw what you need to throw at the right time. Like, this is quite an art, and I feel as though maybe some of you are practicing this or need to practice that, okay? You'll have to excuse me because I have to go down here to tap my computer because the activations are written on here because it's a little bit bigger than the small writing in the book. So yeah, I would need to keep doing that throughout. So yes, I just want to say though, don't lose focus on other things that need to be dealt with because you're trying to keep this in balance, okay? Make sure you're aware and taking care of everything else around you that needs to be taken care of, okay? We have the Queen of Wands here, and I adore this card because this Queen here, and please don't pay too much attention to the gender because, you know, whether you're male or female, the message applies, okay? But she has this ability to create fire, okay, with what she has inside of her. She doesn't need a match. She doesn't need anything to set on fire. She can just actually put her hand out and voila, it's there, okay? I feel like the message here is there's this passion within you that you would like to move forward with, but you're just working on the timing, okay? And working on it you are, but maybe you're working on it to such a degree that everything else around you is being left to its own devices and things need to be paid attention to, okay? Yes, and most definitely. Things around you need to be paid attention to, for sure. Okay, so align your universe, navigate distractions. Okay, this is interesting. So I guess I guess what this is saying, it's deciphering what is it that needs to be paid attention to and what is it that doesn't need to be paid attention to, but you're putting your focus on anyway. Okay, and for some reason, gaming is coming to mind here. If you're distracted by playing a game, like, you know, whatever game that is, these are things that can wait. There's more important things to actually deal with. Okay, give me 2 cards for Align Your Universe. Navigate distractions. I feel like this is going to help you see clearer, and it's going to help you to be able to be more discerning with your timing. You're going to get rid of everything around you which is blocking this knowingness. Okay, Align Your Universe. Tell me more about this, please. Align Your Universe. Thank you. 2 cards here. We've got the Temperance card. Yeah, see, this again, this is this balance, right? Everything in moderation. Really practicing patience, though, because, see, this person in this card here looks weighed down. Looks like, oh my gosh, I just can't get this right. Like, it's blimmin' annoying, getting impatient, needing to get things done, whatever. Okay, so actually practicing that for yourself. Okay, we also have the 6 of Pentacles here. And I feel like with the 6 of Pentacles is actually, I feel as though there's a need for you to delegate where you can. Get some help in. Okay, if you have to pay for someone to come in and do your housework once a week or something like that, and you can afford to do that, do it. If you have to pay for someone to go and mow your lawns so you don't have to spend your weekend doing that and cleaning up the yard, do that so that you can focus on what it is that you need to focus on. Yeah. Illuminate the shadow. Focus on a solution. Yeah, for sure. Illuminate the shadow. Bring the shadow out to be seen rather than trying to hide things in the shadow. Okay. This is something that is not necessarily easy to do. And looky here. Would you just looky here, please? See this? Bringing this out into the shadow. Bringing from the shadow, not into the shadow. Sorry, got that the wrong way around. I feel like, do you know what I feel like? I feel like there's a hidden gift within you that you're hiding from everyone around you. Maybe you know it's there, or maybe you know it's there but you've never worked on it and you need to work on it and you can feel it calling you, and you're ignoring it. Yeah. Tell me more about Illuminate the Shadow. Ace of Pentacles. We've got Ace of Pentacles here. Growing something. Planting something to grow. Whoa, that was a lot of cards. One more card for Illuminate the Shadow. Ace of Pentacles. This is a passion of yours. Six of Swords. Moving away from the things that no longer serve you. For sure. Like this, you've been in this storm for, I feel like, quite a long time for some of you. This could also be some of you trying to ignore the things within yourself that need to be looked at, okay, that need to have the light shed upon them in order for them to be dissolved, okay. So I want to say not to be afraid of looking at certain things that maybe you're ashamed of or feel guilty about or whatever, okay, because in order to allow this to grow, where are you going to plant it? Are you going to plant it in the shadows where it's not going to get any sunlight, okay, where it is forever stormy, or are you going to plant it where the sun shines? And in order for the sun to shine, the shadow needs to be illuminated. The shadow can never be eliminated because the shadow is always part of who we are, a little bit like the yin and yang symbol. Okay, there will always be stuff to work on and always be stuff to work through, and that's okay because that's how we grow. But I do want you to seriously think about, where are you planting the pentacle? Okay, and what's it going to grow? Is it going to grow weeds, or is it going to grow a blossoming beautiful garden which is healthy and fruitful and bright and gorgeous? Sacred divinity, there are two paths ahead. Yeah, you've got a choice, right? You've got a choice. And I feel like this is about this planting of this pentacle here. What is it? You know, you have that choice where you want to plant it, right? But let's have a look. Tell me more about sacred divinity here, please. Tell me more about sacred divinity. 2 cards. Is that 2? It's 3. We want 2, please. 2. Do you see that? That's a new gift that I have just discovered. Check that out. 2 cards. See? Like, sometimes it happens like that. I'm a card catcher. What's your gift? I'm a card catcher. Anyway, okay, the moon. Okay, so not everything, you know, you might not even know what your hidden gift is. Hey, you might be a card catcher like me. You know, it might not be clear to you yet. The path isn't clear to you yet. Okay, there are 2 paths ahead. It's not clear which one you should go down. It's not clear what each of those paths entail, but it's a matter of you needing to choose, right? You need to make a decision as to which direction you're going to go in. Okay, we also have judgment here. Okay, this is so funny because as I was shuffling before, I was thinking about this card when I was giving the messages about how appropriate it would be, and here it is. So this is great. I'm so glad it's come out, because this is you letting go of this judgment that you place upon yourself, or this is about you fearing the judgment that other people will place upon you, which is why you keep things in the shadows here, right? You know, you're like, oh, people are going to think I'm stupid because I caught a card. Whoop-de-doo, you know? Like, yeah, I really do feel like for some of you, you're drowning in this judgment that you actually place upon yourself, okay? And it really is time to release yourself from that, because if you look at this here, it's like, what I imagine is that she's risen up here out of this water. She's stopped herself from sinking. And like, you see here, it looks to me like the surface is just there. And it's like she's floating down as though it's an endless, bottomless pit, right? But the surface is just there. So if she planted her feet on the surface, she'd be able to stand up. But it's sort of like the emotions are becoming immersed in your emotions, which are actually not healthy for you. Okay, so it really is about releasing this, and this could be, you know, this is the shadow, right? This is maybe guilt. This is obligation. These are all things that don't serve us, so that we can release ourselves from these things. In order to move forward, okay? Letting go of the fears, letting go of the anxieties, any disillusionment that we have placed, you know, just from our minds, really. The illusionment that we, you know, believe, oh, well, you know, if I do this, then this will happen and that will happen. We don't know that. We don't know. Okay, so it really is letting go of that, okay? Allowing the sacred divinity to lead us, okay, rather than our fears and our judgments. Okay, guardian, guard your energy. Yeah, for sure. This is really important in everyday life. This is what everyone needs to be doing. you know, immersing yourself in a white bubble of, in a bubble of white light, right? And also, I want to say about this is being mindful of who you're around, because people can suck your energy. They can suck the life force out of you. You know how there are some people that you go and spend time with and you're exhausted and tired by the end of it? That's what this is about too, you know. Just be aware of those people who are actually helping to raise you up and raise your vibration without you sucking on their energy, of course. And those people who are really just, you know, taking from you what they can and leaving you high and dry type of thing until the next time they need a bit of a fix. Okay, so 2 cards for Guardian, please. 2 cards for Guardian. Tell me more about this. 8 of Wands. Yep. Watch. Is that upside down for you? No, it's not. Sorry. Watch your communication, okay? Listen to how people are communicating with you. Listen to the hidden insults, the hidden judgments. Listen to your own communication to yourself, okay? And just hear this internal dialogue that is going on within you. Guardian, 1 more card for Guardian. Thank you. 5 of Cups, not dwelling on things that are done and dusted, that need to be put to rest, okay? Not holding on to the things that no longer serve you anymore. All right, so try not to become your own worst enemy here, okay? 3rd eye vision, reclaim your mind. Yeah, man, clearing this debris out, not letting, it's like everything feels really cluttered, and sort of like everything that you're putting out into the universe, it's like some of you, sorry, I always do this. I go to say something and then another message comes through and I don't quite finish what I was saying, and it just is, you know, just bear with me. Okay, so some of you are actually trying to manifest things and it's not working and you can't work out why. And it's because this debris, this what is coming out of your mind the rest of the time, because when you're manifesting, yeah, it's very well and fine to put out there, oh yes, I'd like this and I'd like that, thank you very much. The rest of the time, if your vibration is not matching what it is that you're putting out there in that order to the universe, right? The universe gets confused. It's like saying, yeah, I want this. It's like going to a restaurant and saying, well, I'd like a pie, but I'd also like a dessert, and you know, it's like, well, which one do you want? Or ordering 5 things on the menu and just saying, well, just, you know, hopefully one of them will come. They're not going to know what it is exactly what they should be making you. That might not be the best example. I don't think I really worded that very well, but I'm sure you understand what I mean, right? Well, at least I hope you do. You know, it's a confusing message. It's a confusing message to the universe. Okay, yes, here we go. It's like going into a restaurant that only serves, say, like potatoes, and then ordering peas. And I'm like, okay, but we don't have peas here. And it's like, but I want peas. You know, that's that kind of thing. I don't even know if that was a good example. But anyway, let's move on. 3rd eye vision. 2 cards for 3rd eye vision, please. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Was there another card there? No. I feel like things have not turned out the way you thought they would or envisioned them to be. It could also be that some of you are remembering back to certain things and... sorry, let me show you the 6 of Cups before I harp on anymore. Yeah, it's like remembering back to how things were, you know, how they used to be. And sort of creating from that place in a sense, but it's not really serving you because the direction that you want to go in is another direction, and you can never recreate that. It's time to create something new. 1 more card. I've got 2 cards here. I've got the Page of Cups here. Really thinking about what it is that you want to fill your cup with. Okay. Because that's what's happening here with this page. He's deciding what to fill his cup with. Okay. Really being quite aware of what is in what heart space you're in. Okay. And what it is that you're projecting out into the world. We also have the wheel. And I feel like what this is saying to you is don't worry about the previous orders that you've put into the universe. You can change it. You can change your order and go, well, actually, you know what? I'm a lot clearer now as to what I want. So actually, I'd quite like this. Remember with the wheel, it is always turning. Okay? Always. When we're on top, we're not always on top. When we're down at the bottom, we're not always down at the bottom. It's forever turning. So always remember that, okay? So, yeah. I don't know if those messages were very clear. I hope I haven't confused things for you. But I just feel like there's just a whole mixture here, to be honest with you. But let's get on to the activation anyway. Let's not focus on that. Okay. So, the activation we have for you today is Unbound. So maybe we're going to undo all this. So Unbound. Look at this release. I feel like there's this release happening here. A little bit like with the Judgment card, right? This release. But anyhow, okay. Yes, okay. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to read the meaning of the card and then we're going to do the activation for you, okay? It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. True. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of you being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. Okay, so let's get this activation done. I really love that. It kind of tied everything together really nicely. I think it was everything I was trying to get out and just didn't come quite right. Right? Which is kind of the thing. I could have just gone, scrap this, let's start again. But just sometimes you've got to keep going. Okay. Okay, so normally you would hold the card against your heart and say this activation, but in absence of the card being with you, hold your left hand upon your heart, okay, and repeat after me. I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons growth and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. Okay, take a nice deep breath in and out. Make sure you come back and do this activation, okay, at least once a day, or more than that if you feel called to, okay, and that will help you release what it is that you need to release so that you can move forward on your sacred path that you are here to walk, okay. Wonderful. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'm glad we got there in the end. Okay, take care of your beautiful selves. See you. Bye-bye.